The sky cracked with thunder as little Amora ran through the burning fields, tears pouring down her face. Behind her, angry villagers carried torches and shouted her name like she was a monster. But the moment her tears touched the dry ground, rain began to fall. The same people chasing her stopped and looked up in shock. Because the girl they wanted to destroy was the only reason their village was still alive. The wind moved slowly across the dry African plains. Cracked earth stretched for miles. Rivers had disappeared. Crops had turned brown. Hungry children sat silently outside weak mud homes while mothers prayed for even a single drop of rain. In the small village of Nambara lived a 13-year-old girl named Amora. She had soft dark curls, warm brown skin, and gentle eyes filled with kindness. But there was something strange about her. Whenever Amora cried, rain followed. When Amora was only 6 years old, her mother died during the worst drought the village had ever seen. At her funeral, little Amora cried for hours beside the grave. Suddenly, thunder shook the sky. Heavy rain poured across the village for the first time in months. The villagers called it a miracle. From that day, everyone believed Amora was blessed by the sky spirits. Years passed, and every drought ended the same way. Amora would cry, and rain would come. The villagers treated her like a sacred child. They brought her gifts, fruits, handmade necklaces, and songs of praise. But blessings often become dangerous when fear enters human hearts. One year, the rain stopped completely. The rivers dried faster than ever before. Animals died near empty watering holes. Even Amora's tears no longer brought enough rain. The village elders became afraid. The oldest elder, Chief Barrow, believed Amora's power was not a blessing, but a curse. One girl should not control the sky, he whispered. Slowly, fear spread across the village like poison. People stopped smiling at Amora. Mothers pulled children away from her. Some villagers whispered that she was the reason the drought existed in the first place. Amora felt completely alone. Even worse, her own uncle betrayed her. One night, Amora overheard the elders speaking in secret. She must be sacrificed during the moon ceremony, Chief Barrow said coldly. Only then will the skies obey us forever. Amora froze in fear. The people she loved wanted her dead. Terrified, Amora ran deep into the forbidden forest outside the village. The forest was ancient and silent, filled with giant trees and strange glowing fireflies. Villagers believed evil spirits lived there. But inside the forest, Amora discovered something shocking. An old blind woman named Sana lived alone beside hidden ruins covered in vines. Sana looked at Amora and smiled sadly. "I knew you would come," she whispered. Sana revealed a secret buried for generations. Long ago, the leaders of Nambara were greedy men who stole water from nearby tribes during a terrible drought. Innocent families died because of their selfishness. A powerful spiritual guardian cursed the village. "The land will only survive through the tears of one chosen bloodline," Sana explained. Amora's family carried that bloodline. "The rain does not obey you," Sana said softly. "It responds to your compassion." Amora finally understood. Her gift was never about power. It was about love. Meanwhile, back in Nambara, the drought became worse than ever. Days turned into weeks. Dust storms filled the air. Wells became empty holes in the ground. Then something terrifying happened. No rain came at all. Children became sick. Crops disappeared completely. The villagers realized Amora had truly been protecting them all along. Guilt filled their hearts. Chief Barrow himself fell weak from thirst. Finally, the villagers entered the forbidden forest to search for Amora. When they found her beside the ancient ruins, everyone fell to their knees. Even Chief Barrow cried. "Please forgive us," he whispered. Amora looked at the starving children standing behind the crowd. Her heart broke. Despite everything, she still cared for them. Tears slowly rolled down her cheeks. For a moment, the world became silent. Then thunder echoed across the sky. Rain exploded from the clouds, pouring across the land harder than anyone had ever seen before. The villagers cried with joy as water filled the rivers again. But when the rain stopped, Amora was gone. Only her necklace remained beside the ruins. Some believed the spirits had taken her. Others believed she became part of the rain itself. But from that day forward, whenever dark clouds gathered above Nambara, people would look toward the forest and whisper her name with respect. Amora, the girl who could speak to rain. Fear can destroy even the people who are trying to save us. Sometimes society attacks the kindest hearts because they do not understand them. Amora's story reminds us that gifts should never be controlled through greed or fear. Compassion, kindness, and sacrifice are far more powerful than hatred. And sometimes, the people we reject today are the ones keeping us alive tomorrow. Never destroy what you do not understand. Fear and greed blind people, but kindness and compassion can save entire generations.